Mr. Vadekar, appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much. Ashwini Dubey, my colleague, still with us on the broadcast. Ashwini, in consideration of the Sharia law, how would you interpret it in this particular case? In law outside of Sharia, there are avenues where even murder is justified if it's done in self-defense. But I believe that when it comes to Sharia law, there are no such exceptions. Is that something which has also stood in the way of this execution or the dismissal of this execution?
Vinit bhai, the facts, if we see the facts of the Nimisha Priya case, this murder, what we have read and what is available here in Indian news channels and various sources, news sources, that was not the self-defense case. That was the case where she was asking for her documents. There was the case where she was working in association with that gentleman and under some constant situation. And of course, the husband and the daughter returned back to India, but she remained there. So she might have been pressurized or forced by the gentleman who was sharing his office with her or sharing the financial transaction and working together business model. But the question is, it is not that she has done murder deliberately. There are some compelling situation and circumstances which needs the sympathetic consideration. Number one. Number two, Vinit bhai, in Islamic law, the blood money is the financial compensation which paid to the victim or heirs of the victim in cases of murder, bodily harm or property damage by mistake. So it is an alternative punishment which is called qisas, which is equal retaliation. In Arabic, the word means the both blood money and ransom, and it is spelled some side as diyah or diyah. So it applies only when murder is committed by mistake. And secondly, victim's family has the free consent to compromise with the guilty party. So now if these both things are met out, and there is no other escape route. Why, Vinit bhai? Because the top court of that country has already found that she has committed this murder. And if it is so what is alternative? That alternative has to be exhausted, because if we see the diplomatic channels, those diplomatic channels will also exhaust the same way. So now it completely depends whether the family members accept it and whether the government of that country is able to make them understand.
Ashwini, just hold on to that thought. Ashwini, just hold on to that thought. In fact, at this point in time, Mr. Babu John, who's from the Save Nimisha Priya Council, is also joining us. Babu John, appreciate you joining us. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear.
Well, Mr. Babu John, how do you Mr. Babu John, I can't hear you. Your frame is frozen at this point in time. Mr. Babu John. Sir, how do you view this update coming in that Nimisha's execution has been deferred? Is that a good sign? Do you think that this is telling you that the government is doing all it can to save her? All right, so let me come back to you. Belly, my colleague, is also with us at this point in time. Belly, this is a very sensitive case. Yemen, as we all know, large parts of Yemen, Belly, are controlled by the Houthis. In fact, that is the organization that has encouraged capital punishment in the country of Yemen. This is obviously dealing with a lot for the government, Belly. What is going on?
I'm sorry, Vinit, can you just repeat the question?
We know all the updates at this point in time. Her execution has been delayed, but it's the country of Yemen, Belly, that we are talking about. Large parts of Yemen, for our viewers, are controlled by the Houthis, who are, extremely fond of the capital punishment. In fact, Yemen has also been flagged by Amnesty International as one of those countries which has the highest execution rates, along with Saudi Arabia.
Absolutely, Vinit. The thing that you pointed out is the main issue in this entire case, as the negotiations are happening, and there are religious leaders who are getting involved to try to get the diya, that is the pardon, the blood money from them, and release the convict. It's what they've been told. But now, as of now, there is no confirmation from the family of Talal Abdo Mehdi, and it has been like the meetings are being conducted by the mediators with with the family of Talal Abdo Mehdi, and they have not
Belly,
taken
just hold on,
confirmed.
Belly. Mr. Babu John is joining us once again. Mr. Babu John, I hope you can hear me, sir.
Yeah. I can hear you. If I am audible, I will repeat what I saw. The information is confirmed verbally by Mr. Samuel Jerome, who is participating in the discussions over there. But we are still waiting the official confirmation from the government of Yemen and government of India. But we don't know the details. We are waiting. Maybe in a couple of hours it will be coming in.
Mr. Babu John, there still seems to be a problem with your network, but appreciate your time and appreciate you joining us. So Ashwini, of course, there is no confirmation on paper as of now, but of course, if it's come through government sources that this has been deferred, it has been deferred. What can we expect in the next few days, Ashwini? Indian laws, Indian jurisdiction has no role to play at this point in time. So in fact, from a citizen's perspective, I want to know from you, what do you think the next 3-4 days are going to look like? These backdoor channel talks are extremely important. And Ashwini, that India has had its way in the past as well. If you remember those merchant navy officers who were stuck and were slated to be executed, India got them back as well. So is that a precedent that can also give a lot of encouragement and a boost to the Indian government?
Yes, Vinit bhai. But the situation is a little bit different. Why? Because in merchant navy,
they were accused of spying.
They were accused of spying, and then it is very complex issue. This case, the murder has been committed, and the second thing is that, as said by the Attorney General yesterday in the court, that even the government of India does not have any embassy, the place where she's lost, and what I believe that she's lost in Houthis jail. And they control the region, and they are even not diplomatically recognized. This is one. Had it been the case that Indian embassy is operating there, then they would have been definitely working on this issue. Number 3, the private negotiation cannot be deliberated by the government, because the blood money is by a private negotiation. There is only one option. That option is the blood money, which is called the diya compensation. That has to be done in consonance with the Sharia law and in agreement with the victim's family, and that would be there. But yes, since today the situation of government of India all over the world, the diplomatic channels and the Ministry of External Affairs is proactively working to save the citizens of this country. Definitely it would be helpful, because the execution, if the news which is coming is true and it is deferred, that is the only way out. But if we see the diplomatic channels, they also don't have much say in this manner, because the diplomacy, they cannot say through diplomatic channel that you accept this blood money. Number 2, there is a law of Yemen government, as per which the top council has already upheld the conviction, and 3, the family members are not agreeing to the blood money. So these are the things. Let's see what happens tomorrow. But yes, anything can happen, Vinit bhai, because we are now, the country is in a world, is a well-known, have diplomatic channels and diplomatic process, and if people can come back from Syria, people can come from the Iran, then other parts of the country where the war is taking place, then it is not far away that Nimisha Priya may come back to India. Over to you, Vinit bhai.
Ashwini, stay with us. Belly, what are we learning from the family and the community that has been supporting Nimisha in this hour of need and grave challenges?
Vineet, the family is still clinging on to hopes that a last-minute respite would definitely come, and they are hoping that the blood money that has been offered would be accepted by
Yeah.
the murdered
Why?
victim.
What is
However,
going
but
on?
there,
Do it
there
one
there
more
is
time.
a
I'm gonna walk
small
out.
issue with that. From their side, the relatives are comparing the blood money that was offered to another a similar kind of victim. That was 34 lakhs. His name was Abdul Razak, and that was Saudi Arabia case where the blood money was raised by the same, the Kerala state where he had also committed a crime, and he had, he was released after the blood money was paid. So they are basically comparing this, 34 crores of rupees with the 8.5 crores of rupees that have been raised by the Nimisha Priya, same Nimisha Priya Foundation here. So there's a kind of a silence there, whether the amount would become more, or whether it can come up even as the execution's time is like nearing. So that is what we are getting to hear from from sources close to the discussions, including the mediators who are
All right, Belly, stay
holding.
with us. Let me also rope in Major Mohammad Ali Shah, defense expert, who's also joining us. Major Mohammad Ali Shah, I hope you can hear me. Major Mohammad Ali Shah, if you're there with us.